Welcome, YouTube family. I'm your host, Camilio Salamander, and my co-host, KB the Mark.
Cause I'm a fucking mark for this shit.
And you are now tuned in to episode 32 of the D&B podcast. Now, with tonight, what we're going to go over night 2 of the 2021 WWE Draft. Now, I know last episode I did say that SmackDown had felt lackluster, or really it didn't feel that good. But after viewing Monday Night Raw, SmackDown was a hell of a show. Put it like that. But tonight we got the draft, and then we also got some news to bring to you guys that's very, very important. That's going to be happening in a few couple of weeks. That actually, means a lot in the world of wrestling right now. So go ahead and take over, KB.
Thank you, Camilio Salamander. Before I go ahead and jump into it, as always, how you doing today?
I am doing great. I can't complain. No complaints here.
I'm glad, because I had all the complaints in the world for Monday Night Raw. It was an all-time drastic, horrible, contemplating, stopping, watching Monday Night Raw. It was just that god awful. We are here to discuss the draft, which took up majority of Monday Night Raw. But before we do that, we have the talking smack picks for the draft that happened off air. You ready?
Before you get started on those, I just want to say one thing, and that is, if it's a night 1 and a night 2 of the draft, why are we doing any draft picks in between? The supplementary drafts, like whoever didn't get drafted on night 1 and night 2, they should have held off until after Monday to do it. It made more sense that way. That way, because like it just don't make sense that way. Why would you draft more people after night 1? You should have include them into night 1. If that was gonna get drafted the same fucking day, it didn't make no sense to me. I think it would have fit better if they would have waited till after night 1 and night 2 was over, then go ahead and make the sub-dairy picks of the people who didn't get drafted. Cause then that actually means more. You feel me? So if you going into Raw, you like, damn, I ain't get drafted. So basically, you the remainder two, you got a chip on your shoulder. And so it kind of makes more sense that way. Whatever. That was stupid.
No, I agree 100% with you, and I'm going to give my general feel of the entire draft after we get done discussing it. But man, nothing really happened, and I'm going to go into detail towards the end. But looking at this draft, nothing really changed.
Yes, I was just gonna say that too, but I was gonna save it for the end. But since you brought it up, I'm gonna go ahead and get it out. It don't. What the fuck? What was the fucking point? What was the point of the draft? If y'all was gonna draft the same motherfuckers y'all been showing, only a few people switched brands, but it was the people who was fucking married. That was it. If your wife went over to SmackDown, you was on, y'all both was on Raw, you went ahead and got drafted too. That's everybody who that drafted for real. Then they drafted nobodies that don't nobody know. That's all. What the fuck? That's all I'm saying. What the fuck?
Well, Salamander, it goes deeper than that. Because if you really think about it, they took all of the main event stars off SmackDown and put them to Raw. Raw needs the ratings. SmackDown got Drew McIntyre. Raw, which we'll go into after this, but Raw pretty much robbed SmackDown of their main event team.
But SmackDown is a different breed. SmackDown will make the mid-carders they drafted to fucking main eventers. By next year, they'll be main eventers. That's the difference. They gonna show you, all right, we had all the stars, now we giving y'all the stars, now we about to make some stars, so we really about to show y'all who really the A show.
I can see that. Let's go ahead and jump into the supplementary picks, and then we can jump into the second night. Talking smack picks. Raw picks Nia Jax. Raw picks John Morrison. Raw picks 24/7 champion Reggie. Raw picks R-Truth. Raw picks Drake Maverick. Raw picks T-Bar. Raw picks Akira Tozawa. Raw picks Doudrop. Raw picks Zelina Vega. Raw picks Otis and Chad Gable. Apollo Crews and Commander Z's are picked by Raw. And then SmackDown, we have Aaliyah, Drew Gulak, Mace, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, and Tony Storm. And these were the picks made on Talking Smack. What do you have to say about that?
First of all, it's Talking Smack, meaning it's SmackDown's post show. That's how I take it. Could have had Talking Raw, some related to Raw. So, it was some show that was related to Raw. I just can't think of the name.
Yeah, it's Raw Talk. It's their Raw Talk.
Yeah. So the thing that don't make no sense to me is why the fuck Raw got so many picks? I understand that 3 hours, but goddamn, the hell, it's y'all show for one. Y'all should have had a home court advantage. But some of these picks, I think they actually deserve to be on the actual show than some of the motherfuckers that was, drafted during the actual show. Like, I don't know. I think Tony Storm, for one, she deserved better. And then an announcement after the show talk about she didn't draft it. She deserved to actually be on the show during the hours. But I think that's one of the underrated picks of SmackDown that they have too.
Just looking at the Raw, these Talking Smack picks, I'm just so confused as to why Morrison stayed on Raw. Why did Nia Jax stay on? Well, that's good. Nia Jax can stay because they ended up moving Shayna to SmackDown. So Nia Jax staying is a good thing. But I mean, come on, like I'm just looking. Like what Doudrop would be better utilized on a SmackDown.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Zelina Vega fits perfect on a SmackDown. I like Otis and Chad Gable to Raw. I like that. And I like Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz to Raw. But I mean, I'm just thinking like SmackDown picks Drew Gulak. That's going to be good for them. On the surface, it just looks like Raw got everything that they needed, and SmackDown's being left out to dry. That's what it looks like to me.
Raw not going to utilize it to its full capacity that a SmackDown would. But shit, SmackDown still got the blood.
True.
That's all they need.
True. Jumping into the night 2 draft.
They ain't got my boy though. My boy stayed on Raw. I thought he was going though. I ain't gonna lie.
They got us all. Night 2, round 1. Raw picks the SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. I called that, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
This is what confused. Go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is what confused the fuck out of me. You had an all-night storyline ready to go, but instead of making the Usos the next pick, they make them the SmackDown's first round pick, and I'm like, y'all, you guys fucked it up. Mm-hmm. You had it and you fumbled the bag. Bobby Lashley to Raw. Bobby Lashley stays on Raw. Sasha Banks stays on SmackDown. What did you think of round 1?
All right, so I got 2 things to say. One thing about it is, I got 3 things to say. One thing about it, Becky Lynch going to Raw. I think they dropped a huge ball on that. Last episode, I did say that I believe, the story that I said that she won the W champion on one show, but they dropped the ball. So I do believe what you said. They probably are going to switch titles, or probably not. Only time will tell, but knowing WWE, this is what I think they're gonna do. Also, the Usos got drafted first round. Y'all wasted 3 hours of storyline that y'all could have actually told by drafting them so fucking early. Y'all should have made them y'all last fucking pick. I think that would have been a hell of a story to tell and everything, but y'all fucked up on that. Another thing, Sasha Banks going to SmackDown. This pretty much confirmed Sasha Banks is winning the SmackDown Women's Championship at Saudi Arabia. Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch is on Raw. They don't need the fucking titles. That's pretty much kind of confirms it for real that she's going to win, and that pretty much confirms that if they didn't rush Becky Lynch back, she was probably going to win that SummerSlam.
Listen, They dropped the ball with the Usos. I don't think Sasha Banks is winning. I honestly think that Becky will retain, and then her and Charlotte are just going to swap titles at backstage on Friday Night SmackDown. Because why in the hell does Becky Lynch need to be there to grab the Raw Women's Championship from Charlotte? Jumping into round 2, we have Seth Rollins to Raw. Intercontinental. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It was predictable. As soon as Becky got drafted, I knew he was right around the corner. All of this shit was low-key predictable. Drafted the same motherfuckers anyway, and then all y'all did was just switch husbands and wives to the same show. That was it.
Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs to SmackDown. United States Champion Damian Priest to Raw and Sheamus to SmackDown. What did you think of round 2?
Sheamus is just gonna do the same thing he was doing with Damian Priest to Shinsuke. It's gonna be the same feud. They gonna give us the same shit. Well, I don't know. He on SmackDown, so that's a different thing. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know that. I could also see them pushing Sheamus to the main event scene. Go ahead again, because he's that upper mid card too. That can bounce back and forth from the main event and the mid card if they needed him to. But I think, that would be good. A Sheamus and Roman Reigns feud. That would be good.
Their last feud that they had, I can't remember if it was their last.
It was with he was with the League of Legends.
The League of Nations.
Nations.
Didn't he cash in on him?
Yeah, but he cause I think they swapped the titles back and forth. But that was like 2014. That was when we didn't, we wasn't fucking with Roman. But now, cause both of them is heels. So this. I hope if they is gonna feud, they're gonna turn somebody babyface.
Yeah, because WWE can't do a face versus face dynamic or a heel versus heel dynamic. It just can't do it. It doesn't make any sense. Why? Mm-hmm. Like, two heels can fight each other. It makes sense.
Do the battles on them all. That's it. That's all the type of program you need to run.
Say that again.
Who the baddest on them all.
There you go. WWE, pay attention. The round 3.
That's simple.
It is definitely.
Simple. All this shit is so simple for WWE, but it just flies right over their head. Like, I don't know. It's like it gets frustrating, especially like when they can do it. Like they're capable of giving us a solid program. They even did it recently, with Roman and his whole title reign. So they've proven to you that they can build prestige to a title and also give a good ass title reign.
Because Paul Heyman's
like they can only do that shit
it.
one time.
Paul
it's like
Heyman's
you get one time per show, one person per show. So it's like, all right, Roman, he got SmackDown. All right, that's it. We ain't gonna do nobody. Everybody else we don't care. On Raw, Becky, you gonna be the main one. So you gonna be the one that's gonna be the showrunner and everything. Everybody else won't care about it. It's like you can only have one good title reign, one good person getting booked good on one show. And that's ass.
Salamander, Roman Reigns is only as good because of Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman didn't write for WWE.
Where he's got his hands all over the Roman storyline.
He didn't write for him.
We said that when we did the review for night 1.
He didn't write everything. Like, he should be the head booker and writer for both shows. For real.
I was just giving SmackDown and telling him to go crazy.
SmackDown don't need it. They already pulling like 2-1, 2-2. They don't really need it.
They on regular television too, though.
True. But they put on a hell of a show for free TV. Every week. They ain't like Raw. They give us one good show, then the next 3-4 weeks, they get all these shows as ass. Like they actually giving us a good run. So it's like every week we got a good show. So can't complain with that.
True. Round 3, we have AJ Styles and Omos to Raw, Shayna Baszler to SmackDown, Kevin Owens to Raw, and Xia Li from NXT to SmackDown. What you think of the round 3?
Now with this, I have been very high on Xia Li. I think I even put her on my top 10 list. I believe so.
You did.
Yes. So I'm very glad about this. Now, I do believe she is a future SmackDown Women's Champion. She'd probably fuck around and really get the belt within this first year. I can see that. But my thing is, what's up with her stable? Why they ain't calling them up?
Because they are not ready.
So that kind of don't make sense there, because it's like you're building up this character. You kind of turn Xia Li kind of like healed, and she's like this more dark character now. And it's like you washing all that away, or you're gonna bring that character up and expect for us to forget everything that came with it onto SmackDown. So I mean, it's a lose-lose situation at this point, unless they just started her all over. But at that point, it's like, what the fuck? Because it's like all that shit that you been did already. That's like, if Adam Cole did stay with WWE, him getting caught up to the main roster just to be a manager, then it's like we supposed to forget everything that he did. We supposed to forget this 600-some day reign with the NXT title that he had and all this stuff, and he a manager. What the hell? It don't make sense. So I think I do. Besides Xia Li, because I think she should have. I don't think they should have drafted her right now, but I think the wrong people for NXT got drafted. They kind of overhyped the NXT drafts and stuff too, saying basically we should be expecting all of the veterans and stuff from NXT to be the ones that get drafted and be the ones to leave and stuff. But in actuality, they drafted motherfuckers who just been on the show a couple months ago, a couple years ago, versus people who've been in NXT. Shit, since Kevin Owens was there.
Definitely. Like you, the more and more it went on, the more I could just see like this night 2 is incredibly more weaker than night 1, and it was only getting worse from there to me. Round 4, the Street Profits to Raw, the Viking Raiders to SmackDown, Finn Balor to Raw, Ricochet to SmackDown.
Now, I'm not gonna lie at all. Raw low key got a good ass tag teams division. I'm not gonna lie at all. Shit, they got what? They got the New Day.
No, the New Day are on SmackDown.
They on SmackDown. Okay, so they got the Street Profits. They got AJ Styles and Omos. They got the RK Bro, and I feel like I'm missing one more. Though they got Mansoor and
No, they were selected to SmackDown in the supplementary picks on Talking Smack.
Mustafa Ali.
Yes.
Then they got the other team. What's his name? Herberto Carrillo.
Nope, they were
on SmackDown too.
Yes, they are next round.
Damn. I swear to God. Damn, what the hell?
Yeah, that tag team division don't look as good as it looked.
Yeah, I swore on everything. It was
could really use a new day right about now, couldn't it?
I swore that I thought they had a New Day too.
Nope.
Damn. But it was literally like they kind of like swapped rosters. Like Raw got SmackDown rosters, SmackDown got Raw rosters, except for a few people.
I mean, they got Otis and Chad Gable on Monday Night Raw. I have no doubt they'll do good.
Yes, I knew I was missing one more. Yeah, them. Yeah. So yeah, they kind of got a solid tag team division right now. Especially with the RK Bro. I would love to see them against the Otis and Chad Gable. That would ooh, can you imagine that? Or fucking RK Bro versus a who else they got? I think we ain't seen them versus Street Profits yet. Nah, I don't think so. That would be
good too.
Okay, Bro versus Street Profits.
No, we haven't. That does sound good.
That
Actually,
would be good too. I could see them actually dropping titles to them though.
I think they'll drop the belts to Otis and Gable.
Or can you see Otis and Gable versus AJ Styles and Omos?
I can see that too.
Yeah, that would be an interesting booking right there. I'll put AJ. I'll put Omos and Otis in the ring. That'd be good for real. That'd be good.
Absolutely. Round 5, we have Karrion Kross to Raw, Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza to SmackDown, Alexa Bliss to Raw, Cesaro to SmackDown. What do you think about round 5?
It's very predictable. All of this is very, very, very predictable. It's underwhelming. It don't give me the feel of the drive. You know, for a while, besides the last couple of years, but for a while they took away the drive and stuff. And, but it don't give me the feel of how the drive was at one point. You know, where it felt like it was random versus, you know, they actually going in like, nah, picking them like I want him, because then it kind of make you feel like who's making these decisions, because y'all not making the right ones. So I think that kind of should go back to the point where it was like it was random, like you didn't know you was getting drafted. It was random, like how they had everybody picture and they had the thing just speeding through, and then just land on somebody and it pops up and show you what show you on, and you mess around, get drafted twice in a day because it's random and stuff. Like I always say to go back to those times versus now, because I mean, to be honest, both rosters is horrible. We already know Raw is not gonna book the people that they did drafted the right way. People who was a star on SmackDown is gonna get buried on Raw, or make it seem like, you know, what the hell was you doing and stuff. Same thing like SmackDown, they're gonna make a good run out of it if they what they have. But if you just look at their roster, you be like, damn, this ain't shit roster. But we know SmackDown is gonna make the best of what they have. I mean, it's lackluster. Night 2 really make Night 1 feel like WrestleMania Night 1 this year.
It makes a shit ton of sense that this shit would be predictable as the fuck.
Yeah, it's like it gave you what the fuck feel like. Is that the last round?
Nope, this is the last round. Carmella to Raw, Ridge Holland to SmackDown, who's on NXT.
Yeah.
Gable Steveson goes to Raw, and Sami Zayn to SmackDown. Imagine telling Sami Zayn, one of the greatest wrestlers in the company, he would be the last pick of the last round.
See, my thing is, you see how many picks that didn't deserve to be on TV versus the picks that was made off TV that deserved to be on TV, that will actually give this whole draft a different feel. This shit was fucking trash. And what the hell, like Nia Jax being on it, that was the fucking Miz Morrison being on TV versus getting drafted, you know, after hours and stuff. Like, that will actually make the show feel better and the draft feel better versus, you know, you drafting Carmella or whatever like that. Now, Corey Graves, I ain't gonna lie, during the first hour, like the first segment of the match, I fell asleep because I was like, this shit is ass. What the hell? So I went to bed, but I did recap on it. Now, Corey Graves, we all know Carmella is his girl, but he was geeking. He was geeking like a motherfucker when they picked her.
Boy, my man busted a whole nut.
He was geeking. And then the other guy, they trying to build him up to a Kurt Angle 2.0, but he ain't even gonna show up for like another year or two because he's still in college.
I hope he's as good as they think he is.
His contract starts once he's done with college.
I just hope he's as good as they think he is, because they're putting a lot.
I better say they invested a lot of money into him. If they drafted him now, put him on TV. but we not gonna see him, wrestling for like another year, maybe 2 years. But
makes sense.
there's so many other picks that deserve to be on here. Just name the people. Go back and name the people who got drafted off TV on Talking Smack.
It was a lot of people that were on TV from Talking Smack, who got drafted on Talking Smack that were on TV regularly.
Name the big names. I know you said Nia Jax, John Morrison. Reggie's been on TV
weekly. R-Truth's been on TV weekly. Drake Maverick's been on TV weekly. Akira Tozawa's been on TV weekly. Dewdrop's been on TV weekly. Otis and Gable, they've been on TV weekly. Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz, they've been on TV weekly. Drew Gulak's been with the 24/7 Geeks. He's been on TV weekly. Like, there's a lot of TV names there.
That's 5 picks that y'all could have stubbed out that was just tonight, for real. I ain't even gonna say about 9-1, but just tonight. Like, Dewdrop, she deserved to be, her pick be broadcast on TV and actually get that. Because it's different. It's different versus, watching the draft. You get drafted versus after it's over, and then like, oh yeah, make a tweet on Twitter. You find out that 19 more people was drafted, and you're like, what the fuck? You ain't really worried about that and all that stuff. So it just gives us a different feel of it. So it's like, Dewdrop, she deserved to be on TV. Like, Jax deserved to have her stuff on TV. Otis and Chad Gable deserved to have her stuff on TV. It was somebody else you said. Morrison deserved to have his stuff on TV. It was like, I would love to see them over, Carmella on TV, or it was somebody else you said. Some of this stuff didn't make sense.
No, like, why is Ridge Holland being called up from
NXT? Yes, exactly. Like, who is this dude? I swear on everything, like, he just, like, not that long ago started. Did he come from NXT UK?
I think so. He did miss like a good year. He just came back from injury.
So, and they drafted him already. When they said something about the bruiser or something, I was geeking. I was like, P. Dunn? Then they said him. I'm like, who? Like, and then when like they named that the guy that's in college right now, I'm like, who? Like, why? Y'all just wasted. I understand, you feel me? So like, it's like, I understand that, y'all got your hopes behind this guy, and basically y'all got your money on this guy and everything, because if y'all going to this extent, drafting him in college, and we ain't gonna see him in about 2 years, and then 2 years later his contract officially starts, and then so basically he been mentioned for a whole overall, he'd be on TV for 5 years. 2 years he's getting mentioned, but we're not seeing him wrestle. Then the next 3 years we're gonna be seeing him actually in action. So it's like, it's like y'all actually got your hopes up on this guy, or whatever the case is. But I think, he should have been one of the ones that's on Talking Smack versus Peter was. It's like it was very underwhelming and everything. And we all know it's gonna be they're gonna stick to the separate brands until after Survivor Series. Day after Survivor Series, we're gonna be seeing Big E on SmackDown with the New Day and everything. It's gonna be like the superstar shake up again. It's like they always do that after the draft. I mean, they have a draft, then it's like later on through the year and stuff, you see people on SmackDown showing up to Raw, so forth, like all the time for no reason.
Definitely. And to round out the draft, to finish off the draft, we have the remaining picks that were made on Raw Talk. Raw gets Dana Brooke, the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode, Jackson Riker, Veer, Liv Morgan, Mia Yim, Tamina, Tegan Knox, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander. The Miz. SmackDown gets Jinder Mahal and Shanky, Natalya, and Shotzi. Can I bring something to your attention?
Yes.
There are no women tag teams left.
You want to know something? If somebody, 2 women get together right now and form a tag team, there would be no one contenders. And they would most likely win. By the way, WWE is booking the tag team division. I tell you, they book like they bought us the titles just to tear them down, because that's literally what y'all did. Y'all literally broke up every tag that y'all had or released them, forming together two people who just met 6 months ago into a tag team. It don't make sense. Or you're a woman and then you win the SmackDown or Raw Women's title, and now all of a sudden you got to participate into the tag team division. It don't make sense at all. It's fucking garbage. They might as well just scrap the title and just retire it at this point. Bring it back a few more years, give it another try, but I don't want to see this shit no more. Or unless y'all actually try to do something different and actually give it a SmackDown Women's Tag Team title and a Raw Women's Tag Team title and actually work with y'all women that y'all got on each show and actually try to build some shit up. And then that way we could probably, take it more, because as it's just one and both shows split between both shows split one title, I feel like we're gonna keep getting this booking that, basically they don't care. They get this I don't care booking, but I think it would actually be different if they separate the title and make it, that one title can make two titles. You separate the show. You already did it with the women's title. If that's the case, y'all might as well get rid of the Raw and SmackDown, just make it the WWE Women's Championship. Since y'all cross having people who's already in the women's singles division participate in the tag team division, releasing the tag team. So it's like y'all don't want no women tags. Y'all already showing that. So what's the point of having two fucking women championships if y'all can't even show the proper honor to the women tag teams? So y'all might as well just get rid of that and just have one title. It don't make no sense.
Done?
Yeah.
You sure? I was feeling what you were saying. I didn't want to say anything to cut you off.
It's all fuck. It got me stuttering. It's all stupid. It's stupid. It don't make no sense though. That's the fucking thing about it. It don't make no sense. It'd be different if they're doing it and it kind of makes some sense in some type of way, but it do not. It don't make no sense at all. And that's a frustrating thing about it. It's frustrating. We always hype about women's wrestling. We always want to give women wrestling a chance. We think, women wrestling can actually be a draw. But it's like, when we get shit like this, it really frustrates me, because it's like, I know they can do better. Y'all just want to give them the fucking chance. It's frustrating.
The thing is, you don't bring in titles unless your division is built for said titles. You don't bring in tag team championship belts for women unless you have a tag team division dedicated for the women. You can't rip superstars from your singles division, put them in a tag team, and then expect that tag team division to flourish, because at their hearts they are singles competitors. You know why the Iconics worked? I'm sorry, the Inspirations. Now, you know why they worked? Because they were a true tag team. Of course, you have your Bayley and Sasha's, but that's few and far between. You got to have women's tag teams. You brought in these belts with no direction, and that's the bigger problem. You had stars going to bat for these championships, and WWE has done them a disservice. These belts are a complete joke. They've been a joke for the better part of a year and a half, 2 years. Am I about right?
Yeah, it's like They gave us a title. It's like they gave it to us so they could shut us up. Like, y'all been asking here. But they had no intention to really give us a women's tag team division anyway. Because before the titles is even in the picture, the women's tag team division was fucking awesome. Even though it wasn't really one. It was like 4 tags. But they booked them in the right way. But now, it's like they don't care. It's like, what the hell, now that we got a title, we're going to go backwards. It don't make no sense. I'm done talking about this. I'm about to raise my stress level up high. It's because it don't make no sense, and it's so stupid though. It's like it's unexplainable at this moment. Like that's like having Roman going on a win streak, right? Having to beat everybody. Then he get the number 1 contender spot for the Universal Championship. If he's not champion, get it. Number 1 contender spot for the Universal Championship. Win the title. And then lose every fucking match until he loses the title. Then after he loses the title, he go back on the winning streak. Like, what the fuck? That's how much it don't make sense. Like some dumb shit like that. That's what WWE on. They on some nut shit.
I couldn't help but agree more. It's just deflating too, because these women put so much time, energy, and effort into their craft, and they wanted this, and WWE just pretty much just gave them shit in a bucket. They gave them nothing, and that's the hardest part to watch as a fan, because I know what these women can do. A lot of people believe women's wrestling in a draw, but I saw Empower hosted by or put together by Mickie James, and that's a top 5 pay-per-view of this year. To me, I don't know how other people feel. I can only feel how I feel. And to me, Salamander, that's a top 5 pay-per-view. Not a single men's match on the card. Dominated by women. Women only. And it was the top 5 pay-per-view.
And they say women wrestling isn't a draw.
They said that.
That's said why women's wrestling understand. Ain't a draw. I don't understand it. How is not a draw, but they put on better pay-per-views than fucking SummerSlam. Fucking Extreme Rules. Fucking other pay-per-view they had. It don't matter. They always trash. It's fucking trash.
Yeah. Definitely.
If WWE keep this up, hey guys, y'all gonna hate me too, because I'm gonna be on the bandwagon and I'm gonna jump shit. Because we don't get bullshit like that on the other side. I can tell you that right now.
Salamander, don't say that.
Now. We don't get bullshit on the other side. Hey, am I tripping? Because I don't know if this custom made or not. But is Bobby Fish supposed to be popping up on Wednesday night?
Oh, Salamander, that is an excellent segue to our random topics. That is actually one of my random topics. Let's get into it now. We have for our first random topic / news stories, Bobby Fish challenging for the TNT Championship. That's right, on AEW All Elite Wrestling Dynamite, the 2-year anniversary for the geeks in the back who thought we weren't going to be here.
It is official.
He is challenging Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship on the 2-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Yes, he is.
On the day. Oh, wow. So that means that this Wednesday night show should be a hell of a show.
Yes, it will.
It's an anniversary. Plus, on top of that, is he All Elite yet?
So here's the thing.
This must be a tryout match.
I heard he was working with MLW, but if you on the match graphic, if you look at the shirt that he was wearing, it had an AEW emblem in the corner. He may be All Elite. It's a great pickup for them.
Do you think if he is All Elite, do you think he go ahead and just be Bobby Fish and be a single star? Or do you think he joined the Elite? Since he already had a stable with Adam Cole. He knows somebody and they got a good relationship with somebody. Why not bring him in?
Here's what I'll say: if AEW gets Kyle O'Reilly, we go ahead and we start teasing that. If it's just Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly wants to go somewhere else, then we just keep Bobby Fish a single star. We don't put him anywhere close to Adam Cole yet. I wouldn't do anything Bobby Fish and Adam Cole related until I would say about a year and a half. They need a lot of time apart.
What if Kyle O'Reilly contract ends? He signed with AEW. Bobby Fish doing his thing, Adam Cole with the lead, whatever. And then they start telling the story of Adam Cole, like basically turning on the Elite. And then basically after he turned on the Elite, he basically formed, the Undisputed Era in AEW, but, they call something different.
I would lose my fucking shit, bro. Can you imagine Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish versus Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks?
Or he bring them into the Elite, and then the Elite got 2 official tag teams under their belt, and that make them more of a powerful stable.
I don't like that, only because like in order to be part of the Elite, you have to have been there. Like, and Adam Cole's been there. So I wouldn't want to bring anybody in like Bobby Fish or Kyle O'Reilly. Now, if we want to tease dissension and Adam Cole wants to bring in his own people and he gets Bobby Fish and a Kyle O'Reilly, I'll definitely take him leaving the Elite.
Or what if they start doing like a motherfucking, like, how they had the NWO, then it was the NWO Wolfpack. What if like they tell like a break about that, but it's like the Elite, and then it's like the Dark Elite, and then you got Adam Cole with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Did he bring in Jay White and all the former other members of the Bullet Club who was members and everything? Like the members that happened after Adam Cole and then AJ Styles and everybody left. That'd be dope. The Elite is as deep as Wu-Tang. They deep.
The Elite are deep, but I wouldn't want the Elite to be split up. You're either part of the Elite or you're not, and I like that dynamic that we've kept.
Or what if he formed his own group that could go up with the Elite?
Who, Adam Cole? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's all basically former Bullet Club members besides Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give Adam Cole his thing, that's cool. It doesn't need to be any it doesn't need to have any correlation with the Elite. That can just be his own little stable that he wants to go out and create. I wouldn't give them anything like the Dark Elite or the Elite Red or anything like that. Like, Adam Cole doesn't need to be defined by the Elite. If we're going to break him away and just let him be Adam Cole, or if we're going to break him away and give him a stable, then Adam Cole can just be Adam Cole.
Or, now hear me out. The Elite, everybody who's in the Elite now is in the Elite, right? And like later on, let's say like two years from now, they're telling the story of basically like, do they got a basically Kenny Omega is the leader, right?
I guess
that's the vibe I kind of get from it, is that he's like, he calling the shots.
I feel like it's shared between Don Callis, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks.
So let's say like they're telling the story, basically Kenny Omega is taking the lead, like he's calling the shots for everyone, and the group is following his lead, right? Mm-hmm. But then they start telling the story where the group is actually listening to somebody else, but we don't know who, right? And it's not Don and everybody. Then like this would really go over everybody's head. They wouldn't even expect it. But it's like, he'll tell them to do certain things, but it's like, nah, Kenny, what you like the Young Bucks told him, like, what you doing is actually making us, like driving not the group apart, but like we ain't benefiting from it, all this stuff like that. So you kind of see the group kind of like taking a step back, and then it's like they start doing their own thing. So then you wondering what the fuck is going on, right? And then basically it comes out that they actually been listening under their true leader. Now you listen like the true leader. Who the fuck is the true leader or whatever like that. Some more time go down the line, and then you get Prince Balor coming out. And he's actually revealed himself to be the true leader of the elite because he's actually him. Luke Gallows, well, I don't know if that's his name anymore, but Carl Anderson is really the original, along with Tammy Tonga. They really the original of the Bullet Club. So that's why there was more, once when they was saying there was like another leader out, and there was more listening to him. But we don't know who that person was until now. And it comes out and then it's like, oh, now that makes sense.
I would agree.
And then you get that feud between him and, because he was the one, I think, he turned on AJ, I think, Kenny. Yeah, so but you can still get that as, I started this, I paved the way. He could tell the story that I made Kenny Omega who he is. If it wasn't for me, if I chose to stay in New Japan, you wouldn't be where you at now because I left. AJ took my spot. Then when AJ left, you feel me? You took his spot or whatever. So if I never left, none of y'all would be where you're at.
So I would agree only if the basis of the elite is pure friendship. Like they're all best friends. That's what makes the elite different than a normal group. It's like
but Tony Khan got creative control, so ain't no telling where these storylines will go.
No,
the EVPs, they ain't got creative control. They ain't got from what I heard, Tony Khan is telling
quiet down, geek. Quiet down, geek.
He's making the decisions of who wins and what the bookings is.
Quiet down. That's all speculation. I'm glad you said that. We'll jump into the next.
That sounds too true because it's like you think about it. He really didn't know what he was doing before. He's a businessman, so he coming in. He's a fan of wrestling, but he's a businessman. So they basically, told him, they was basically running the thing, showing him, how to do it. So now that he actually understand how they run a weekly professional wrestling show, now he want to take over and show them, basically bring his fantasies to life. So it kind of makes sense that way, but he don't take whole creative away from them. Like, Kenny Omega, you still go ahead. Like they focusing on other things. Like Cody Rhodes, I heard that he's basically the head of the women's division and shit like that. So he's focusing on that. And then Kenny Omega's doing the games and shit.
That's Kenny Omega. See, geek. This is what happens when the WWE marks try to get the information. Anyway, we'll get on to the next one.
AEW got trouble backstage. Can't be the mark. It's frustrating. It shows it. He shows it. They already got backstage heat in 2 years. They about to crumble. Can't be the mark feels it. He feel it. He feel it coming. He feel that downfall. This is the beginning of the downfall. The rise and fall of AEW All Elite Wrestling starts now.
Calm down, Keith. Calm down. EVPs lose creative control. Tony Khan assumes control. As Salamander tried to reference, because he's part of the geeks who believe AEW is not going to be great. Tony Khan stated in past interviews that he took more control of bookings since then because he believes that the promotion has grown stronger the more he takes on. However, the EVPs still have creative say in their matches and promos, just like the majority of the rosters. So, don't listen to Salamander. He's a geek. AEW is just fine. I actually like the decision of Tony Khan being the head booker because
that's a future Vince McMahon right there.
That's not a future Vince. Unlike
future Vince right there.
Unlike Vince, Tony Khan listens to the roster. Why do you think the first thing Ruby Soho said when she was talking to Tony Khan in person? She asked him, "What do you want me to do?" And he said, "I want you to be yourself." And she was shocked.
He's still filling the ropes right now. Give it like to AEW be like 5 years in. I guarantee he gonna make his own screen appearance.
He's already made an on-screen appearance multiple times.
like a Vince McMahon, like he gonna be involved in the storylines and all
He's
that.
not gonna
he's
be. He's
a
not gonna
future
be
Vince. He's a
involved in the
billionaire. He's
storyline.
a
No,
future.
he's not.
Yeah, I'm telling
He's
you.
not Vince. He's not ruthless. He's not firing anybody during the pandemic. He's not.
He's gonna fire them afterwards.
He's not letting. He's not allowing superstars to lose in their hometown.
He's Vince. To the opposite though. Anything Vince won't do, he'll do.
You mean like listen to the fans?
He listens to the fans. He books. He make if you in your hometown, he make you win. But he want creative control, just like Vince. He want creative control. Vince want to be the number one show. Vince want to, he want to control everything. Tony Khan about to be like that. I'm telling you. He understanding how to do a show now, so now he about to give it all. Like you in a few next couple months or so, you about to get a whole AEW Dynamite episode produced, written, screenplay, everything by Tony Khan.
Why do you encourage the WWE geek, Salamander? You're the same guy. You're the same guy who tells me off camera, "Hey man, I can see them bringing in $3 million, man."
Yeah,
I can see them bringing in $3 million.
Because if you think about it, it's different.
Listen.
Just think how much AEW influenced WWE right now. They say they're not competing with AEW, but low key they are. Because if you think about it, when the last time have you ever heard bitch or shit on WWE television? It's been a long time. AEW doing it, now they doing it. Now they, they're starting to bring it a little bit. They're starting to bring us high key matches, which is, the Bloodline versus New Day versus, then we got that triple threat match. So they're starting to bring in more high value matches. So it kind of do show you that AEW is some way, somehow influenced WWE. But if you think about it, it's a new show, you feel me? So and then it's like all your favorite stars who get released from WWE is jumping ship over here. So it make you think, I wonder what they're doing. And then you actually see them get booked in the right way. So it's gonna bring in that viewership there. But AEW is no WWE. And WWE is no AEW. WWE is entertainment. It's sports entertainment. WWE make fucking movies. AEW, cool, you feel me? AEW is professional wrestling. AEW focus strictly on the wrestling aspect of that sport. It's a huge difference though. That's why I really don't think both shows will be compared to the two. That's why, like in the beginning, I don't even think WWE kind of fucked themselves up with that by making NXT being on TV. And so they actually started the whole rivalry, if you ask me, because they moved NXT from the network to TV on Wednesdays so it could compete with Dynamite. Which for what? Y'all both is in y'all own different lane. That's like New Japan bringing in their shows over here in the US for us to watch on TV, on cable, and then y'all trying to compete with that. It's two different things. Even though it's both professional wrestling, y'all in your own different lanes, Y'all don't do the same shit. So I don't even but I mean they put themselves in this at this point.
True. I agree with everything you said. And that's the thing I just be trying to get everybody to understand. Like, there's nothing wrong with WWE, bro. Like, it's sports entertainment. And WWE does sports entertainment really fucking good. Really fucking good. And AEW is just professional wrestling, which they do really fucking good. They do it really good. And it's okay because I like sports entertainment. I like professional wrestling. I'll watch them both. I enjoy some more than others. But, I mean, come on now, bro. They gave us the New Day versus the Bloodline. Did they give it to us early? Yes. Do I like that I got it on free television? Yes.
No, because it fucking ended in the DQ.
Okay, but that led to the triple
That was some bullshit.
But it led to the triple threat match.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to do. They should have booked that shit the first time. The first place should have been. That's what they wanted to do. They should have told that story last week.
Wait a minute.
They should have told that story the week before, then booked the triple threat instead of trying to tell the story.
Wait a minute, Salamander, quit
lying.
Quit lying to the geeks. The head of the table got the win. There was no DQ.
It was Bobby.
There was no DQ. The head of the table got the pin.
It should have been a DQ.
It should have. Absolutely should have.
He won twice.
Yes, he did. 2-0 Monday Night Raw. 2-0.
To me, that makes even though I'm his biggest fan right now, but I don't sugarcoat shit. We don't sugarcoat shit here in the WBPTV family. You feel me? So at the end of the day, them doing that just make the New Day and Bobby Lashley look like shitholes for real, because it's like y'all lost twice. Bobby, you came out, didn't really make an impact or nothing. Roman won. Triple threat, Roman won. So it kind of made it a little weak, to my opinion. If you gonna have Roman win in the tag, you should have had Big E pick up the win, but you ain't even got to pin Roman.
True. Speaking with AEW and WWE, Salamander, AEW outdrew WWE in average attendance last month for the month of September. WrestleTix shared a graphic of AEW's average attendance in September. It was 9,676 was the average amount of attendance, or the average attendance they had for the month of September, while WWE's average was 7,772. They also did Cincinnati in the same month. Raw did 5,473 in Cincinnati, Ohio. That was for September 27th edition of Monday Night Raw. September 8th edition of Dynamite drew 6,500. I say that to bring this into AEW is also outpacing WWE in ticket sales for an upcoming event at the UBS Arena. Monday Night Raw is going to be at the UBS Arena in Belmont Park, Long Island, New York, November 29th at 7:30. The available tickets are 5,033. It has an estimated capacity of 7,398. They've distributed 2,365 tickets. That's for 32%. AEW Dynamite is going to be in that same arena a week later for Wednesday, December 8th at the UBS Arena, Belmont Park, Long Island, New York. Available tickets 2,684, estimated capacity 8,851, tickets distributed 6,167 for 70%. What do you think about those two stories, and AEW outdoing Monday Night Raw or AEW outdoing WWE in just
they outdo WWE. They outdid Raw. I ain't gonna give them that much credit. I say they outdid Raw. Raw was some bullshit in September. I say that. Hell nah. Oh, damn. But that last thing, I ain't got nothing to say. Goddamn, they sold that many tickets already. But they only got like a little over 2,000 left, and WWE got a little over 5,000 left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. WWE, y'all better get y'all shit together, boo. What the hell? What's that for, Survivor Series?
No, these are just this is Monday Night Raw on November 29th, and then AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, December 8th.
Is that supposed to be after Survivor Series, the 29th then?
It will probably be
Raw
after Survivor Series.
Like that.
I don't know if it's
like
I don't know if it's Raw.
What day is the 20th? I know that's on Monday, but 29th then Tuesday. Yeah, it gotta be, because Tuesday is would be the 30th. So Survivor Series should really be that Sunday. Let's see. It's on the 21st. So it's the week after. Okay. So that's the week after. Yeah. So okay, that's reasonable. Because I'm not expecting nothing big anyway. I expect something big the Monday after Survivor Series. But nah, we don't even know what feuds can go there. So the ticket sales might pick up more and everything. We don't know what type of feuds they be booking at the time and anything like that either. But I mean, and then Raw just got this new roster too. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. I do think it's gonna pick up more. I don't think they're gonna completely sell out. How many seats is it available?
So here's what I found weird though. So Raw is only doing 7,398 for their estimated capacity. AEW is doing 8,851. So they're opening up more seats, but that's still 70% to 32%.
Yeah, that because WWE got so much shit. Plus they block off a huge section for their television, like the TV production shit and all this stuff anyway. Plus, they want everybody to be on the hard cam too. So, the cameras, how the camera always faces that one way in wrestling, they're going to put everybody in that area anyway. And then they're going to have all this stuff blocked off and all this, and using all that stuff for the production team and stuff too. So that explains why they cut it off for a couple hundred and stuff like that too. But I do think the ticket sales gonna pick up. It's like 7. I see them sell something like 5,200 by that time. But AEW, I'm not gonna lie, because AEW, they don't have ass every week. You feel me? Every week they give it all for what I have seen. So I do expect AEW to at least be close. They might sell at 8. They might sell out. Or they might just be damn near close and be close, like at 8 or like a little under 8. You heard it here first. If they sell out, the DMV podcast said it first.
Agreed. Specifically
Salamander.
Oh yeah, because the AEW mark doesn't believe they can sell out that stadium or that arena. Of course, Salamander got to get the credit. The one time he may be right about AEW. We got something very serious I want to discuss, and I just want to see if maybe we have the same opinion. We're going to touch on WWE's booking of African American champions for a hot second. Salamander, WWE is doing a lot right, especially with African American champions. But I feel like with everything that they do right, it's always underdone by a Becky and Bianca or a Kofi and Brock. You book them to go on these amazing runs, and then it seems like as soon as they are truly starting to get over, WWE sweeps the rug from underneath them. Do you feel the same way? You want to add some more into it, or what do you think?
Low key for what I think WWE need to realize what they have on their hands, for one. For two, all right, I'm about to bring my brother Salamander on. You had, like you said, you had them go on these significant runs and great runs just to have them be taken down by a white man. You feel me? Or a white woman. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, it kind of demolished the character at the end of the day too. Because like I said, I'll never in my life think Kofi will ever reach that high again. Especially the way it ended. If it ended a different way, then yes, I could possibly see him back up there in that main title picture. But as right now, no. He's nothing more than a tag team United States person to me now. Also, if you gonna fucking do it like that, shit, like the Kofi shit, have a motherfucker like Bobby Lashley, Keith Lee, somebody come out and do it. That way we can't really be mad and stuff. But God, well, shit. I mean, I just feel like it just need to be better. But if we think about it, all promotions and shit like that, when it comes to being, a black champion, we always get the shitty bookings and everything. The only person that actually been booked good was The Rock, but he's not fully black. Anybody who's like fully black don't ever get booked to the top or have significant runs that's actually respectable. I just hope they actually feel that and actually take advantage of what they have and actually give it to us. You feel me? We can have a black Triple H. We can have a black man who's a 14-time WWE champion who's actually have a respectable run versus you being a 16-time United States champion and 8-time tag team champion. You may touch the main title one time, but it was only for like 190 days. Versus like a Drew McIntyre who fucking held it for 200 some days, his first run type shit. I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this.
It's a lot of shit.
Well, let me ask you this: How was Booker T's reigns as world champion?
I won't say it was mediocre, but it was mediocre. You think about it when he came to like, first of all, when he became the five-time world champion over at WCW, it was at its end. Like nobody was fucking tuning into WCW. They didn't give that shit to him in its peak with fucking Goldberg and all them motherfuckers was over there. They gave it to him at the end. You feel me? And then when he came over to WWE as champion, they fucking buried the fuck out of him. Then when he came here and he was in WWE, he didn't get to the top. It wasn't until he was King Booker. King Booker. It wasn't until he was that. It's where they gave him the title. But even then, like that was, I would say that's the best title reign his whole career. But he was King Booker. But it was still mediocre because, you know, I don't even think it was that long. And stuff before, because he dropped it to Batista. I don't even think it was that long. Let me see.
Yeah, just while you do that, just when I just think back of just African American champions, you're not really seeing them get like a push like Dwayne The Rock Johnson would get back in the day. You're not really seeing them get those type of pushes, and then it's like they don't even get good programs. It's like all of the programs that Kofi had, they just brushed through it. It seemed like he was just beating people. But I've always held firm to the belief that it's hard to get a baby face right, because when a baby face runs out of heels, what do?
Right.
And then it's like when a heel, you can always bring up a baby face. You can always make the heel do things to get somebody loved as a baby face. But once that baby face runs out of heels, it's pretty bad. And like outside of the almighty WWE champion Bobby Lashley and the head of the table Roman Reigns, like your African American champions for the most part have been baby faces.
Right.
Like didn't The Rock go back and forth between heel and face during his numerous championship reigns?
Yeah.
And then you said King Booker was,
but The Rock not fully black. That's why he got as many reigns as he got, and he held it longer. Booker T only had one title reign with the WWE World Heavyweight title, the original Goldie belt, and it was only for 126 days. That's an average run. That's like a fucking Kofi Kingston run. That's how long his run was. So 100 days ain't enough for like 3.5 months. Maybe 4 months. That's it. And then they dropped it. Then they gave it to Batista.
Well, even like the Bobby Lashley and Big E thing, like you had a chance to really cement the Big E championship window. Like you're only a first time champion once, and you guys had him do it on a Monday Night Raw instead of giving him like a SummerSlam, a Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble, a WrestleMania cash in, something other than, hey, I'm cashing in Money in the Bank tonight, and then he cashes in Money in the Bank tonight. Like that's so underwhelming, especially for somebody who's been WWE through and through like Big E. Big E has always given WWE 100%. And I just thought that with him winning Money in the Bank, they would treat him so much better. But it just goes to show you that, and like I said, WWE, from me, they're going to get a lot of credit for always pushing the next African American star. But what's the point of getting
capitalize on it?
Exactly. What's the point of pushing it if you're not going to capitalize? Exactly. That leads us into our next one.
Like, who should main event? Real quick before you even get into that, I'm trying to. Damn, where the fuck we go? Kofi Kingston, 180 days. Will I say Booker T had it for what, 174 or something like that?
You said I thought you said like 120.
100, yeah, it was that low, yeah. So yeah, he only held it what? The last full-blooded African American world champion we had was Booker T before Kofi Kingston.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you think about that, and he only held it what? Fucking 40 days longer than he did. Yeah, it's all about, you gotta capitalize on it. Like, they just buried the fuck out of Kofi, and he never reached back to the top. What happened with Booker T? Shit, Booker T lost to Batista in the last man standing match, and after that, you know, I think he disappeared for a little bit, then came back as Booker T, and then he just never reached back to the top.
Absolutely.
Shit, Booker T. You see how this is the same company that put Booker T and fucking Triple H in the match at WrestleMania 22, where basically the whole fucking build up to the match is how racist and how privileged Triple H is over Booker T. All odds was on Booker T. All odds was that Booker T was gonna fucking win. But what WWE do? They buried that man on TV. It just shows you they don't care. Now I get it. They may be trying to, you know, fix their mistakes and everything now, but now it's at a point you got to show me. You got to capitalize on it. Don't just put a champion, a title on a black man and just think we're gonna be like, all right, that's cool. Nah, you got to capitalize on that. What he gonna do after he loses the title? How, not even after he loses the title, how his title reign during his title reign is gonna be. Because I ain't gonna lie, Kofi Kingston's title reign was trash for real.
Definitely trash.
His build up to it was good. You know, we hyping him up in the Elimination Chamber match and all that stuff. Then when he finally dethroned Daniel Bryan, we was fucking excited. But what he did after that, he ain't had that same hype that whole 6-month reign since that moment. So the question is, how are you gonna keep that booking up in the middle of the title reign versus after? So it's how you book. They can tell a perfect story you making your way to the title, but they can never tell that perfect story of how you maintain the title and all that stuff, and then after you lose the title to keep you up versus, you know, tearing you down and shit. Like I'm telling you, we will never see Kofi. We will never see Kofi back in that title picture again. I'm telling you. Unless they do some type of shit and they had Kofi in the New Day and them break up, then I could see that. Wow, Big E's champion if they had them break up like that. But other than that, no. I will never see him like that.
It's just sad how they book them.
Yes.
And like I said, they'll get credit from me because they do. And here's the thing, bro, and I can say this comfortably. It's not something I'm proud of, but as the two companies, the top two companies in North America, AEW and WWE.
Whoa. AEW is not the top two company. What about Impact? What about Ring of Honor? I'm just playing.
Lord Jesus. The top two companies in North America, AEW, WWE. WWE has a lot of people of color that are on screen every week. I can't say the same for AEW. So WWE will always have my respect just off that alone. They're putting these people in front of you and they're making them mainstream, main event players. But then again, I look back at it and say these are the same people who should have been main eventing years ago. Why are they just now main eventing?
What about, all right, AEW, they just now, you know, coming up. So I don't think it's a thing like they're intentionally, you know, not hiring a lot of black people. I think it's more of a thing like they jumping on like the top names just to get their name out there first type stuff. But on the other hand, WWE is the same company that gave us, you know, motherfucking stereotypical gimmicks. Y'all remember Crime Time? Remember how they used to steal people's shit and sell it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stereotypical as hell. They used to come out in bulletproof vests.
That's true too.
They used to come out dressed like 50 Cent.
Didn't JTG have Tim's on?
Yes. With a leg sleeve rolled up. With bandanas.
I mean, it's the same thing with the fucking Street Profits, bro.
They're the same, yes. They drinking lean. That's what they implying.
Well, I don't think it's lean. I just think it's alcohol in general.
Nah, you think about it, who like the, you know,
now lean is the styrofoam cups.
Those
are plastic solos. That's
is it just one? It's just
It's
one.
two. It's two. It's double
That's
cup.
racist as hell. That's double cup. We only do that shit. That's stereotypical. Yes. Even then, like if Matt Riddle was fucking black, oh my fucking god, he'd be the Snoop Dogg of WWE.
You never lied.
Man,
you never lied.
I'm surprised they ain't got nobody on there who gimmick is just to eat chicken. I'm so fucking surprised about that. And I wouldn't put them past them for real for the shit that they gave us. I wouldn't put them past them. Like, you know, Ron Simmons just always just pop up and just be like, damn. Does somebody like Ron Simmons just pop up and every time that back screen and the camera just linger, you just see him and somebody just in the back who's black just eat chicken. I wouldn't put that shit past them.
I wouldn't put anything past this company. Moving on, speaking of the Street Profits, I don't know if you heard, Salamander, there was a rumor swirling around that the Street Profits might be broken up.
That'd be a huge fucking mistake. I think that would be more of a mistake than what WWE did with the motherfucking Shield. I don't think they should. It's too fucking early right now.
Listen, here's what Booker T said. Booker T says it's too early to break up the Street Profits, but they might need a manager. He says this, and I quote, I believe he was on his podcast. He says this, and I quote, "Everybody is really high on Montez doing singles wrestling. The guy is very, very talented, but I don't know if they're actually ready for a breakup. I don't think they've been together long enough to break up and make an impact from both sides. Angelo Dawkins is going to be looking for a spot too if they were to break up. I think together they're better for Angelo Dawkins more so than Montez Ford. The thing is also, if you put Montez out there, he's in a sink or swim situation. Mm-hmm. He's going to have to go out there and deliver from a singles perspective. The thing is, you never know what's going to happen until you put in that position. I love the Street Profits, but I don't know. Maybe they're missing something. Maybe a manager. There's something missing for the Street Profits to actually make a huge impact. I don't know what it is. For me, I know I was in the same position with my brothers Harlem Heat. We were good, but until we got that spark and rough from Sherry Martel, I don't ever think we would have been as big as we got if it wasn't for that. Sometimes you need that extra little bit of a push to actually become something special. Now, before I get your opinion, here's my big problem with this. They have a manager. Her name's Bianca Belair.
Not officially.
But you can. And that's my problem with WWE. You have a manager, somebody that can put them over. It's Bianca Belair. She fits them perfect. But because of them because of the WWE mentality of, no, she won't truly be able to be over unless she's by herself. Like, no, we can kill two birds with one stone. We can get Bianca Belair over and we can get the Street Profits over. They don't believe in making happy moments, bro. Just like at WrestleMania, they didn't show her husband sliding into the ring on air. Why not show that, right? That's a special moment. His wife just won. His wife just headlined, was with Sasha Banks, the first African-American women to main event WrestleMania, and you're not going to show her husband sliding in the ring to celebrate with her?
You know, the thing is, KB, you know what not my theory, but what I think should actually happen, since it was your idea, Booker T, how about you be that manager? No, for real. That I think that would actually be a good idea, because who would think about that? Who would think bringing in Booker T as a mouthpiece, as a manager? Now, other than that, Booker T is part of one of the greatest tag teams ever, the Harlem Heat. So you think about that, he can guide the Street Profits to the right way until they're ready for that singles attention that they had. I don't think they should break up right now, because we still seeing, you know, the growth of both of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins and everything. So I think it's a perfect combination too. You got Montez Ford, he's charismatic and he fucking a high flyer. Then you got Angelo Dawkins, who's fucking what is he, like 6'7", 6'8",
He's like 6'5", and he slept on. Angelo Dawkins is
6'5"
very
and
impressive.
fucking so fucking agile. He so got so much agility. Like I ain't never seen a man that 6'5". Like first of all, give credit to him because when he first came onto the main roster, he was chubby. And he dropped all that weight. You feel me? So you can tell he's putting the work in. And then on top of that, like I ain't never seen like somebody his size jump over somebody's head, doing the things that he doing. Like that's a perfect combination. And they do. They just it's like they missing one thing. Hey, how they became tag team champions, yeah, but they held the belt for so long because they, WWE wanted them to be at the top, but they ain't had nobody that really worthy enough to take the belts from them. So that's why they held the belts for so long. But on top of that, like, it is like they missing that one piece, that extra little push to get them over the edge and get them where they need to be at. And I do agree with Booker T on that. I do think they need a manager. But my thing is, Booker T, since you brought it up, go ahead. Do your dues. I think that'd be perfect. Booker T basically sponsoring the Street Profits. Imagine the Street Profits coming out there and Booker T with the suit. And he's just sitting there ringside, with them, guiding them the right way, giving them that veteran status and everything, showing and then we start seeing the little change in the Street Profits. Instead of wrestling the way they do, they learning how to cut the fucking ring in half. They start wrestling technical. And you actually see the change and the benefit of Booker T being with them. Man, WWE fucking hired me to be a booker. Man, enough said.
I believe it should be Bianca Belair. Salamander believes it should be Booker T. Let us know in the comments who it should be. Moving on, who should main event both nights of WrestleMania 38?
My fault. Before you go on to that, I just want to say it makes sense for Booker T to be the manager instead of Bianca Belair, because if she the manager, it's really going to take away from her push and her singles action and stuff like that, because they said she get back into being at the top and becomes, Raw Women's Champion and stuff. She got to focus on watching her back and everybody who's coming at her, and she ain't gonna be able to put in the time and effort, to manage, this tag group and stuff. I think it's cool for them to be affiliated, but her not be that manager.
But see, that's the thing. She can be a manager and still get that singles push. They don't have to accompany her to the ring for her matches, but she can accompany them. It's all about perception. You know what made the New Day look so good? I'm sorry, not the New Day. You know what made the Hurt Business look really good? When all three of them had titles. The Street Profits with Bianca Belair as the Raw Women's Champion makes them the number one act to see on Monday Night Raw.
That takes a lot of weight from them if they don't accompany her to the ring, because if you think about it, even with the Bloodline, the Usos out there, they may not come out with Roman, but Roman shows up. They may show him backstage watching them and stuff like that. So it's like certain things, even with Roman match, he got Paul Heyman and the Usos with him and stuff. So even with Bobby Lashley's there, he always had MVP with him and everything. Even MVP used to sit in on the matches with the Hurt Business, where it was just Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. So that presence being there, it makes a huge difference and stuff. And just her being a full-time wrestler and everything, I think that's what really going to take away from her pushing what her focus going to be, because I think her being a single star and even getting to the top again, becoming like the Raw Women's Champion, I don't think it's going to really take away a lot, because she got to manage the team, make sure they doing what they got to do. Then on top of that, she got to watch her back for whoever trying to come for her title and everything. And she's not going to be 110% focused into, her next opponent.
But that's the thing, though, bro. Like, I hear what you're saying, and I agree. But I'm just looking at it. Her gimmick is the EST. She's the quickest, the fastest, the strongest, the smartest. So why not put her with the Street Profits? She's the strongest, so she can handle her own problems. She's the smartest, so that means she'll know when stuff's going to happen. It just makes sense. You can use their real life relationship to get them both over.
She got to be the most focused.
And what she will be. And what she
need to be focused on getting that title back. It's I just think it makes more it will make more sense because Bianca is a single star. Booker T, he did it on the singles run and he did it in the tag. You feel me? So he's actually able to give the Street Profits the insights that they need. Bianca Belair won't be able to change up the game. They'll still wrestle the same way they're wrestling. Booker T will become the manager, and he can actually, get them pointers and stuff, and we can actually see the change in the way they wrestle now and stuff. Booker T, big thing about tag team wrestling is cutting the ring in half and stuff. For like I said, the only people who I actually know who do that shit was fucking FTR. Why? Because they actually understand wrestling and they give homage to the old school wrestling. They give homage to old school wrestling, period. So, shit, you'll see the Street Profits end up changing the way they wrestle, and the flow of the matches will be different. And then you can actually see, they can bring the flow to the match to their advantage and everything. So you will see Angelo Dawkins actually do more shit than we see him do now. That will actually make us be like, damn, this motherfucker good as fuck. You can see Montez Ford actually able to be, like basically what it is now. This is how they wrestle. They come in, Montez come in, he do this thing, he get hype, he get the crowd hype and stuff, then he get beat up, hot tag to Angelo. We see Angelo do all the amazing things that he do. Tag back, frog splash, it's over. That's basically what it is. It's basically seeing because Montez, he got the charismatic shit. So he get the crowd hype and all that stuff. Angelo, he's the one. Angelo is really the underdog out of all of them for real. If they ever break up, I think Angelo would be the star instead of Montez. You feel me?
I do agree. I agree with you as well.
And then, so he get the crowd going. Then he took them. Angelo is the one that actually, that showcase his skill. Angelo showcase skill. Montez get the crowd into it. Only thing Montez really that's different from him is that he's charismatic and just how fucking high he get on his frog splash. That's it. Other than that, everything about it is really Angelo Dawkins. But if you change up, that one little feel Booker T into it, you feel me? You get the Booker T interaction. The team cut the ropes, cut the ring in half. They start wrestling more technical. They actually learn each other's strengths and actually can utilize it at the right times and everything. Yeah, I think that'd be a killer right there. They'll fuck around, dominate Raw, and then be a W champion. They could touch some type of story and shit. Had them be the tag team champions on SmackDown too. They could do so. They could do a lot of stuff, but I do think they do need that manager though.
I definitely agree. They need a manager. Yeah, definitely agree. Like I said before, Salamander thinks it's Booker T, which I can definitely see. I think it should be Bianca Belair. Let's capitalize off that real life relationship. Let us know in the comment section below. Number 9. Who should main event both nights of WrestleMania 38? Salamander, I was thinking while you were giving that excellent explanation as to why Booker T should be the manager. So for night 1, I'm going to go Big E versus Keith Bearcat Lee for the WWE Championship. And then night 2, of course, it should be none other than the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, the WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns against Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for WrestleMania 38. Who would you have main event both nights of WrestleMania 38?
Shit. I agree with you on the Rock one, but to be honest, I don't think Big E gonna hold it to WrestleMania. I can see him dropping it sooner. And actually, I'm gonna put a plot twist on this. I can actually see. I don't know. I got to see more booking. I got to see more booking with Keith Lee, but I could actually see Finn Balor main event. I don't know against who, but I can actually see him as
Finn Balor versus
champion.
Edge.
Ooh.
Finn Balor versus Edge for the
be a
WWE
good
Championship.
one. That has to be a good one for real.
Yeah.
That has to be a good one. And Edge actually take it off.
Getting that WrestleMania win.
One more run with that.
Excellent. Oh man. So I know Monday Night Raw was horrendously bad for us. I know you said you went back and watched the replays. Did you hear Corey Graves bury Dana Brooke on commentary? First off, before you answer that, did you know Dana Brooke was still with the company?
Yeah, I mean they don't utilize nobody for real. It's a lot of people who I'll be like, damn, they still with them, like R-Truth. Even though he's been on weekly television, I forget that he's with them and stuff. Like, it's a lot of them though. And then it's a lot of people who I'll be naming and stuff, and that they've released them. But I'm like, damn, because the guy was using them anyway, so I thought they was still with y'all. Like Tony Nese, I thought he was still with WWE. Apparently, he's not. I didn't know that.
Nope, he's gone. So Corey Graves buried Dana Brooke. Then this story is coming from WrestlingNews.co. So here's what he said during the Shayna Baszler Dana Brooke match. He said he's all for giving people time to realize their potential, but there comes a time when you have to cut your losses because Dana Brooke has not accomplished much of anything. So of course, Dana Brooke responds via Instagram on some Instagram stories. He says, "You cannot entertain everything, regardless if it's indirect or direct. Let people do what they do best, talk. Y'all act like y'all gonna die because somebody says something about you. It is not that deep. You cannot stop and throw stones at every dog that barks once. Once you entertain a clown, you become one." She also added, "You the clown, I'm the queen, and I keep pushing through. Watch me work." First off, Miss Dana Brooke, you're not the queen. You were the assistant to the queen. Number 2, Salamander. I like the response from Dana Brooke. I'm not going to say she hasn't accomplished much of anything. I'm going to say the booking has not helped her out one bit. But let me put on my conspiracy theory hat. With Carmella being drafted to Monday Night Raw, do you think Vince was in his ear telling him to say this?
Hell yeah,
this felt real storyline-ish to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, we all know anything we hear them say is not really, you know, it's Vince like, all right, say this, and he in the ear. I was gonna say, Dana Brooke, don't be surprised if you get released in the next few months, because WWE love burying talent and stuff. You know how you watch the WWE intro before Raw come on and everything, and so all the pictures of Raws, it'd be like, then, now, forever. It's so all the pictures of people who they let go, Muhammad Hassan, all them stuff like that. It said, we bury talent. Exactly. That's what they do. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, who buries talent? Who bury their own talent? Like, first of all, if this is what you think of her, you signed her, and you kept her this long. So why would you broadcast that on all of TV and shit? Like, you basically trying to shit on her on TV. You the one that kept her on the contract this long. Y'all could have cut the losses years ago, which I chose not to. I mean, she get disrespect. I mean, she actually better than what everybody thinks. She get disrespect on the games too, because she's like what, like a 62 overall, ever since she even been in the games and everything. But I mean, it might be a storyline. Maybe this might be the flip and stuff. This happened, and she does. They might give her a little push after this, just to see where it goes.
The question is, do you want
a heel turn need to be happening though? Fuck this, whatever she's doing now. I think she should take this capitalized turn heel and just turn the fuck up.
The question, Salamander, is: are you ready for a Carmella and Dana Brooke feud?
No, I don't want to see nothing with Carmella Dana Brooke. This is no. Then first of all, Carmella is cool. She's a cool mouthpiece, but she's not a good wrestler. I don't
think
want
Carmella's gotten way better.
She got better,
I love
but she's
Carmella.
not. She got better, but I won't say to the point where, I want to see Carmella feud with this person. Like, nah, I ain't that. I ain't Corey Graves.
I guess that's true because busting a nut at the sheer mention of her.
He was, oh my Lord, she is here, the beautiful of them all. Like, yeah, like, oh, pipe down. We get it.
Yeah, definitely get it. One more thing, then we'll go ahead and get up out of here, Salamander. I'm putting it all on you. We had discussed Kevin Owens getting the Ambrose treatment. So here's where we're gonna go out on. Last topic. We have been handed the keys. Kevin Owens hypothetically has reached out to us and said, how you guys book me depends on if I stay or if I leave. What are you doing, Salamander? You got 3 months to book him right. Give me the whole rundown till January.
He on Raw, right?
Yes.
All right. So what I would do, I would actually have him. I would actually go through a whole character change. I don't know if he's face or heel at this moment, but I will fucking turn Kevin heel. Kevin is like Randy Orton. He's a better heel than face. All you gotta do is I won't say hot shot booking, but Kevin, he's been there. He's one of the people that you can put in the main card and put in the mid card. He could do great. So that at that point, it really depends. If you want to put him in the mid card or the main card, you put him in the main card. I'll fucking have him tear shit up and fuck the stunner. I'll bring back that pop-up powerbomb, but make it more exclusive. Like when he talks you up, he talks you up there. And then, you can tell the story there. You ain't even gotta put the title on him. Just have him go on the tear like he just whooping shit. Or you can do the same shit and put him in the mid card and have him be in the field with Damian Priest and have him overall come out at the top and shit. I mean, it's plenty of things you can do with it, but it's all about like where do you see him fit at this moment, especially with this new Raw roster. Where do you see him fit? Do you see him in the main card or you see him in the mid card? But either way, that's what it do. But I say the first thing first is to turn him heel because he works better as a heel.
Absolutely. So that's how you're booking him?
Yeah.
So if it was me, like you, I would also turn him heel. Fuck the stunner. We're bringing back the pop-up powerbomb. But I'm going to do my heel turn a little bit different. You
can't involve Sammy. Have you seen that like 18,000 times?
But I am involved with Sammy. Here's my booking.
He gonna beat Sammy ass and turn heel
18,000
times.
You know exactly what I was thinking.
We seen this story like 16,000, 17,000 million, 18 vicinity thousand times. It happens every time. He about to turn heel. Sammy's around. That's just like his punch dog.
I can't help it. Sami Zayn beats Damian Priest for the United States Championship. And guess whose music hits next?
Sammy.
Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah. You said Sammy. Okay.
Yeah. Kevin Owens. And the true geeks are going to appreciate this because we're going to set it up exactly like it was when he won the NXT Championship. Here comes Kevin Owens.
Clapping the shit.
Yup.
Acting like he's surprised and happy for his friend. And then they celebrating. And then the camera go pan on him, and then he turned that smile upside down. Sammy turn around, kick in the gut, push on the ropes, push up in the air, slam you on the floor, and then you get the feud.
Pretty much.
I'm telling you, this feud been told the same time. So it was
and every
he
time
he turned heel like as many times as Big Show turned heel and face in WWE. That's how many times Kevin Owens, turned on Sammy.
Well, it's because
at this point, if I'm Sammy, I don't trust him no more.
bro, they're destined to fight forever, bro. It just works. It's you can tell the story over. Yeah, bro, you can tell the story over and over, and it will still be good. It will forever be good.
Like they got a Sammy Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn 2.0 is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano.
Exactly. But here's my thing though. So Kevin Owens wins let's just say a fatal 4-way match for the vacant United States Championship. He wins that. He then proceeds to challenge Xavier Woods, or Xavier Woods challenges him. Well, I'm sorry, no. Xavier Woods is on SmackDown. I'm sorry. Let's see. That just put a big hole in it. But anyway, so he wins the United States Championship. Kevin Owens has been on this tremendous winning streak because I would have him wrestle every week. He brings back the Face of America gimmick because I love Kevin Owens' Face of America. He brings back the Face of America. It didn't last long at all, but it was a great gimmick. He brings back the Face of America. And then he starts talking to Sonya Deville. And he's just telling Sonya Deville, hey, I won such and such. I feel like I deserve a shot at the United States Championship. At the WWE Championship. Then we do a WWE Championship Contenders match that KO wins off of a roll-up. And then he would lose to Big E. But pretty much by January, he would be the United States Championship and in the main storyline with Big E. So that's how I will book him.
You know what they need to do with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville?
What's that?
They need to go ahead and make Adam Pearce Raw GM and Sonya Deville SmackDown GM and just call it a fucking day. Because that's really what they are. They're really just co-GMs on both shows for them.
Yeah.
That's really what they are. They just ain't got a title to it, but that's what they are.
You never lie, because that's pretty much what they are. Except I would like Adam Pearce to be on SmackDown because I like his dynamic with Roman Reigns.
But you telling both stories because then you got Sonya Deville and Naomi. You got that little story that they're doing too.
True.
So both of them is actually good though. But if you had to pick one, I would actually put, because Roman he on the bigger, better things now. I mean, at this point, what you gonna do? Tell Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline versus Authority figure? That story been told so many times, and been told before with him and Triple H anyway. So it was not like I said, I forgot what episode, but it was a few episodes ago. I would actually like to see that same like Vince McMahon and Stone Cold, the wrestler versus the Authority figure, but a female form of it. We kind of get it a little bit with Stephanie, but Stephanie ain't stepping in the ring.
Right.
So, I would love to see that with Sonya Deville actually and Naomi. I think this would actually be a good thing. And it's like you said, after the feud is over, you feel me? You go ahead and have her go like turn heel during the feud. After the feud is over, challenge for the championship, win the championship, and the Bloodline's open weapon alert in with open arms. It's right. It's time for them to be acknowledged as a 1-2, as a unit.
True.
It's time for them to add some female to their philosophy.
True. Naomi would fit perfectly too, especially a heel Naomi. Yes. She would fit the Bloodline perfectly.
And let's say she in there, so she in the singles division. Let's say they fuck around and make a trade or some shit like that and got Nia Jax and Natalya and Tamina break up, and they fuck around, pair Nia Jax and Tamina up again, but the proper way that they should be pushed, and they join the Bloodline and actually runs the fucking women's division. That way you got each person running each fucking division. Then you can bring in Jimmy and them Usos brother and have him go at the Intercontinental. But they ain't gonna do that.
Lord Jesus, bro, you would have the Bloodline would literally be dripped in gold. They wouldn't know what to do booking that heel stable.
That's why you would have a whole heel stable. Each person is in each division. Hey, it's so fucking simple, bro.
It is simple. It is simple.
But
they don't want it to be simple, but it's simple.
It's so simple. But there you have it, guys. Hey. What time is it? What? It's the longest ever D&B podcast show that we done did so far. It only took us 32 episodes. Well,
too long.
That's it, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button. If you like us, you fuck with us, you know, you want to watch more content, you know, go ahead and get us up there. We want to be one of the big YouTubers, so go ahead and get us up there.
Why wouldn't they fuck with us, bro? I'm a fucking mark.
Yeah, go ahead and get us up there. What we say, WBPTV wrestling, everybody over here on this side, we some fucking marks. And I'm gonna end it like that.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.